Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, boxing 24. In this corner, boxing 24. In this corner, you got this opponent. This corner, you got that opponent. We got some fights coming up. In this corner, you got Shakur Stevenson. And in this corner, we don't got nobody yet because he's looking for an opponent. So Shakur Stevenson, he's having issues, man. In the beginning of his quest at 135, the lightweight division, as he moved up from 130 in September after his last fight against Roberson Conceição, where he refused to get back on the scale. He weighed in a couple of pounds over the 130-pound limit, and he decided not to get back on the scale because he had did so much, he said, to get to that weight, that he knew it was time for him to move up. He just didn't feel like going through it. He most likely could have took the extra couple of pounds off, but he said he had urinated so much and did so much that he didn't even want to go through it. So he just relinquished the belts that he had, the 2 belts that he had. He gave them up, and he moved on. He moved up, and now he's in a better position, right? But at the beginning of his quest, he's trying to get a fight coming in the door. So he's ranked number 3 under the WBC at 135. And he tried to get a fight with Cruz, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who's ranked number 2. Isaac Pitbull Cruz, of course, we know he turned down a fight with Shakur. According to his father, he felt like it would be a cat trying to chase a mouse, or a dog trying to chase a cat around the ring, as he described it, because he said that Shakur would be running and his son would be chasing him around the ring, trying to fight. Of course, we know better than that, because Shakur's a boxer. You're not going to be chasing him around the ring, because you're going to be getting hit and he's going to be making you miss. So I don't know where he gets that from. That's just basically saying we don't want to fight. Much as Isaac Cruz is a good fighter and I like him, gave Tank a hell of a fight, okay, but he don't want to fight a Shakur Stevenson and look bad. So that's the excuse that they came up with. He was also turned down by the number 4 ranked fighter in the division, which is William Zepeda. And hey, can't get a fight with him. I don't even know what the reason was with him or the excuse that they gave, but they turned the fight down. After hearing him say that he would fight Shakur, that he had no problem fighting him, they turned the fight down too. People like to talk, but they don't like to fight. You know what I'm saying? So Shakur Stevenson said recently that he might be fighting George Kambosos, who's actually ranked number 5 in the 135-pound division. Now, we know that George Kambosos is coming off 2 back-to-back losses, the last one in June of this year against the undisputed champion at 135, which is none other than Devin the Dream Haney. So Shakur said, man, looks like it's going to be me and Kambosos. Now, that's going to be a hell of a fight for Kambosos to fight Shakur after getting handled the way he got handled twice in a row by Devin Haney and held that bay with a jab and boxed his ears off. Now you got Shakur, who gonna box your ears off even more, gonna stifle you with combinations with a jab and make you miss even more, or just as much as Devin Haney. So that's going to be a hell of a fight for George Kambosos to go into, and most likely a 3rd loss in a row. So, you know, I mean, Shakur, I ain't mad at him for wanting that fight, but I don't know if George Kambosos is going to step up to that plate. But we will see, because as Shakur said in the article, you know, the recent article, you know, these fighters are being allowed to duck each other. He said fighters today are being allowed to duck each other, and it's just not right. You know, it's making boxing look bad. And he's right, man. Too much picking and choosing, man. Who this one wants to fight and that one wants to fight. That's why they got rankings for a reason, man. So if you 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, man, yo, man, 1 need to fight 2, and 3 need to fight 4, and 5 need to fight 6, and so on and so forth, man, so we can get to the eliminator fight, so that we can see who's ready or who's worthy to fight the champion. That's what them rankings should be about. That's what it is about, really. Okay, I'm 1, 2, and 3, right? So we got to fight each other, man, to see who's who. So 2 and 3 fight each other. Whoever's win, they fight number 1, and then whoever went between number 1 and 2 or 3 who fought, then they fight the champion. That's how it should go. But like Shakur said, man, these fighters are being able to just do what they want to do and turn down fights. And who pays for that in the end? The fans pay for it, and then the boxer who's trying to make his moves and get on top. So, Pitbull Cruz and Zepeda, I mean, the next best thing would be, right, you don't want to fight Shakur, what y'all going to do? Y'all going to fight each other? Number 2 and number 4 fighter? I mean, I guess they can do that, you know, but it definitely would make more money and get more exposure fighting Shakur, Pitbull Cruz, and Zepeda. They both would do better. But I guess it's up to their mindset and their heart, man, if they really want to take that chance. Their handlers, whatever they're telling them. But sooner or later, you're going to have to make a move. Shakur is there. He's not going nowhere. So once he start making some noise and get that one fight in the ring and do what he do with him, then y'all ain't going to have nowhere to go. You're going to have to fight at some point. All right? Because he's going to be a champion at 135 at the end of the day. Now, again, Devin Haney got the belts for right now. But Shakur going to get an interim title, and eventually he's going to get a shot at Devin Haney for that undisputed. And that's going to really tell it all. I like Shakur to be the champion at 135 eventually. That's what I think. I think Tank is not going to stay at 135 too much longer. I think 140 is going to be his thing. You know, at 135, you know, he's fighting Ryan Garcia at a catchweight of 136, I believe. So he's in between 135 and 140. Anyway, I know he's definitely not going back down to 130 at this point. So we got to just see how it goes, you know, depending on the winner of Tank and Hector Luis Garcia, which is not no pushover fight. And I hope nobody's looking past him to Ryan Garcia, because that's a hell of a fight. That's a tough fight. But if he does win that fight and he fights Ryan Garcia, that's definitely not that's a 50-50 fight in my eyes, okay? And, you know, I like Tank. I love Tank. I love his skills. I love his heart. I love everything. But that's a 50-50 fight. That's a serious fight for him, and a serious fight for Ryan Garcia. That's just a serious fight. I mean, you know, definitely can give the edge to Tank on that fight because of the equalizer and because of his boxing skills. But you know what? It's not bad to say that that's a 50-50 fight, because at the end of the day, man, you want to be challenged. That's how you're going to find out what you got. You found out what you had when you fought Pitbull Cruz. He gave you a good fight, and you overcame and you won. So that's how you're going to find out. Well, listen, man, Shakur is just trying to do the same thing at 135. He said the best need to fight the best. Okay, not run from each other. Don't run from a challenge, man. You know, fight the man. You know, he's not, no. I mean, listen, man. He's not the big puncher like Tank. So don't be afraid. Fight the man. You know, he got hell of a boxing skills, though. And that don't mean he can't hurt you and stop you now, just because he might not be able to knock you out like Tank. But it seemed like, even knowing that, people just don't want to fight him. You know, so that's the sad state of boxing right now, y'all. That's all we really got for tonight, man. Listen, hope we get these fights, man, going. Looking forward to it, 2023. So peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, Boxing 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments. Everybody be safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace.